welcome back to another episode of Beeks Corner. It's your boy Beeks, and I'm back in the building. You know the routine. We're out here, we're rolling, and we are moving. Guys, you know what to do. The usual, bruv. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, everything at Beeks Corner. But yeah, man, listen, I've got special guest, a man from the Football Terence, the Chelsea superhero. I want to be calling him, bro. Man like Ladimus Prime. What are you telling me, bro? You good?
Superhero, you know? Yeah, no, I'm good, bro.
Yeah? All right, fam. Listen, like, we gave our preview on Usman Talks United on his channel during the week and whatnot. And a lot of people were surprised, bro. A lot of people were surprised with your preview, how you were feeling and whatnot. And they were surprised about how I was feeling, bro. I was like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm entitled to feel this way because I know how my manager's like. And you felt some type of way because you already know how Lampard's like. But the game obviously was a stalemate. It was 0-0. And I just want to know your thoughts. So obviously, let the guys know that you're the Chelsea fan out here because you're actually probably the first Chelsea fan I brought on here for a while, bro. So people are gonna be like, "Shit, man, Beats brought on a Chelsea fan." Of course I did, man. Come on, man. I've got to cater for everyone. You get me? But yeah, Prime, how was you feeling about obviously when the lineup came out and just your general thoughts on how it was going, man, and how the game panned out?
All right, so going into the game all week, I wasn't feeling good. I kept on saying, United, we're going to lose to United. Obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan. We're going to lose. It'll be 3-1 or 4-2. We'd lose. Before the lineups even came out, I heard a bit of a rumor about an hour or two before from a pretty reliable source that Dan James would start Mata as well. So I was feeling, all right, cool. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
The lineups come out. We start with a three at the back, which makes sense. Obviously, we know Dan James started as well and Rashford up top. So then I was actually feeling confident in, that we'd actually beat United 2-1, that we'd try and play on the counter-attack. Well, we did that. To be honest, both teams tried to sit back and play each other on the counter. That didn't really work. United in the second half grew into it. Obviously, you bring on Pogba and Greenwood and Cavani, and you had the better of the chances throughout the whole game, to be fair. Mendy had to make quite a few saves.
Yeah.
It was just negative. People keep saying you don't spend over 200 mil to be negative, and that is true. You shouldn't.
Of course. No, I hear you. Like, it's easy to say that, but the way I see it from Chelsea's perspective, it's kind of like a building block because, all right, you spent that money, but you've tried to make sure defensively you are sound, bruv. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to start from the back and work your way forward. Obviously, you played three at the back. Was that the first time you played three at the back with Thiago Silva? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
This season, yes.
Right. So the way I see it, I don't like Thiago Silva in a 2. I prefer him as the general in a 3 when you have some experience that, like you did with Aspie on one side and you had Zuma on the other. It could work with any other centre back, but for me, I looked at that and I thought, yeah, cool. Chelsea are coming here organized, man. And to make matters worse, Rashford was up top alone. So it's just wasting Rashford. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you've got 3 centre backs who are going to isolate Rashford and he's just going to be up there alone. And even though we had a few of our chances, I just felt like both teams, fuck it. Both teams, were negative. let me be real. Both teams were negative, bruv. Like, it was literally like, play safe and just hope for the best and see who's going to make a mistake. That's all it was from kickoff all the way to 90 minutes. And I'm just shaking my head and I'm thinking, bro, is this what it's come to now with two of the biggest heavyweights in the Premier League? Like, if we're going to say, this is what we're resulting to. And at the end of the game, I'm seeing Lampard, he's a bit pissed that, yeah, we're drawing and that. And I'm seeing Ollie smiling, showing teeth. Like, I don't get this guy, bruv. Like, I know, like, people may say like I'm being negative and whatnot, but Prime, you have to understand where I'm coming from, yeah? The fact of the matter is, why are you putting Like, what you're loading your bench with quality, bruv. We had Greenwood, Pogba, Van der Beek, and Cavani on the bench. I've named you 4 players that are match winners, you know. You had that on a bench as if you were going to play like Bayern next week or something or whatnot. But this is a big game in itself. We ain't won at home this season, G. So we haven't even won at home in the league in the last 5, if I'm not mistaken. So we ain't won 3 games at home this season and 2 from last season. So it's just kind of confusing how the guy even lined up. I feel the person who I feel sorry for is Van der Beek because the way he's getting treated is just like, bro, what do I have to do to get a game? Like,
Free Van der Beek, you know.
I don't understand. Like, obviously, from your perspective, how are you seeing that? Because you're seeing Van der Beek there, like from an outside perspective. I want to get someone from an outside perspective of Man United. Obviously, you're not a fan; you're a Chelsea fan. How are you seeing that? Are you seeing it as if like Ollie didn't buy him, or it was just one of them? It's just one of these things where Ollie's trying to ease him in. Like, what? How do you see this Van der Beek situation?
Van der Beek specifically, he was. I mean, look, he was brought in as squad depth. The way I'm looking at it, because if you're going full fit Man United midfield, you have to start Pogba and you have to start Bruno. Van der Beek doesn't get in as the DM, so he is there to be on the bench and come in as squad depth. In this game, I looked at it from United's point of view that they would try and win it in the second half. You bring on a Pogba or a Greenwood or whoever, and you've got enough firepower and muscle off the bench to win the game.
Yeah. So James starts James starts over him at least. Let's put it that way. How? I mean, because that's kind of a lot of United fans are actually pissed that the fact that James, because for me, James doesn't offer anything. After yesterday, I just looked at him. He doesn't offer the fact that you had Aspilicueta and Reece James doubling up.
Right side,
You understand what I'm saying? You think Daniel James is gonna go past Reece James and Aspilicueta with ease? There is no bloody way, bro. That side was sorted. They covered that side. There was nothing going through that side, bro. And there was even a point, if I'm not mistaken, Dan James was running through. He had a chance and he was just literally running through as if like all he could see was bright lights in front of him. And he knew like the Chelsea defenders were going to stop him and he still continued to run. So just things like that, it just really irritates me how, you know, there's certain players that are warranted to start, but yet they're not getting the opportunity. Now, I understand when you said, obviously he was brought in for squad depth. That's totally understandable, isn't it? But if we're talking about squad depth now, there's certain players who are not really on form. So shouldn't Van der Beek get a start in this? If certain players are not performing to the level that they should be?
True, yes. However, all right, you have to keep in mind that this is a big game. It's a top 6 game. The one thing from both managers is that you don't want to lose this game. They've both got their own pressures on them from fans and media and whatnot. You go into this game, if you try and be open, you try and open up and be expansive, and you end up losing.
It's true.
That doesn't help. So I understand that setting up to try not to get beat and then try and nick it on the counter or whatever from both sides.
But okay, so from your perspective, was you happy with the way Lampard has set up with 3 at the back and then having Reece James and
it made sense set up with, because if we play a back 2, Thiago Silva works well in the back 2, he does, but he's 36 years old now. Rashford playing up top on his own,
he's gonna kill him. That pace is gonna kill him.
So it makes sense. Play a 3 and try and protect him as much as you can.
Of course.
Play on the counter because Man United's defense is not necessarily the best.
No.
Try and isolate Shaw 1-on-1 with Reece James, and try to see what you can get from that. But again, if both sides are playing on the counter, they're both going to cancel each other out. You know, it's a shame, but it's just one of those things.
All right, cool. No, that's fair. I get what you mean. That's fine. Midfield, obviously midfield was kind of the talking point when we were talking about it on the preview during this week. Was you happy with the midfield that was put out in this game on Chelsea's behalf?
Yeah, pivot of Kante and Jorginho with Havertz kind of
floating in
around
around.
between them. Yeah, I was happy with it. My thing was there were poor performances from some of the Chelsea players,
Yeah.
like Havertz. Werner didn't do anything that I saw really. Pulisic did as much as he could, but we just didn't get much support from the forward
Not at all.
players.
That's true. That's true.
Chilwell had a decent game.
I
I'll
thought
be
he was all
honest.
right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
he
he
was
had,
good,
yeah.
but again, he's playing on the left up against Wan-Bissaka, and it's like if you don't necessarily get that support from your forward players when you, as a fullback, you're trying to get forward and overlap. It's kind of hard. But
No, you're right. You're right. It's very, very difficult. I understand, but you know, obviously with that firepower that Chelsea have with Havertz, Werner, Pulisic there as well. I felt, obviously I went on Twitter and I felt some sort of kind of disappointment from Chelsea fans because obviously you've got these players that you've brought in and they haven't really, I think they only had one shot on target if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole game. And I know how you are. You're very like your approach, you back Chelsea to the fullest. Now I think I'm gonna agree with what you're gonna say because I know what you're probably gonna say, but is it too let me how can I put it? Is it too early to now be turning on these players? Because I feel like we've got so many more games to play, and we know what these players can produce. We've seen it in previous games. We've seen what Havertz can produce. We've seen what Werner can do as well. Was it just one of them games where they've been literally told to look, just if you have the opportunity, just go for it and just sit back, just don't do anything stupid in order for us to lose the game? Do you feel like, this is like a building block and it's safe going forward for Chelsea with the forward line?
This again, go into this game to try not to get beat. Like you look at our previous games, Southampton, the last one, for example, we went up, we were 2-0 up, we were open, and same mistakes as last season, where we get chances, we don't kill off the game, and that ends up biting us later in the second half. If we do that in this game, we go up and we're expansive and we're able to break United down and go 1-0 up or whatever, 2-1, whatever it may be. There's no guarantee we're going to win the game anyway because of how susceptible we are in our defense. But with the players we brought in, 6, 7, that's almost a starting 11 in itself when you consider the fact that all the players we brought in come in as automatic starters anyway. Or in theory, they come in as automatic starters. So it's about bedding in, learning, trying to get them all to fit and find a way to play.
Yeah.
Also, the fact no one got a preseason.
Facts.
No one in the Premier League got a preseason with
Facts.
COVID and everything. So it's like everyone started off slow and weird and inconsistent, but I don't really see it as a problem. I know Van Dijk is injured now, but before he got injured, he looked like a shadow of his former self.
It's true.
Liverpool looks so poor, and they're supposed to be the best team in the world right now. Everton are top of the table. So it just shows how weird things
shows
are.
everything. Yeah, I hear you. And obviously, just to elaborate even more on what you said, no one had a preseason, and it's literally like this league has been blown out. Like literally anyone can win the league right now with the way things are going, man. Like I'm not even chatting shit. Like I'm seeing Man United 15th. I'm seeing like Everton top of the league, like you just said, and bruv, like you're just looking at that, you're thinking, yeah, look, this COVID football season, I don't know how it's gonna change everything or whatnot. I just feel like there's so much mistakes in everyone. Like you said, Van Dijk isn't the player that he was from last season. He's got now Liverpool now have to rely on Gomez and whatnot, which is kind of scary for them, isn't it? And obviously they got Fabinho at the back as well. Look, everyone's going through their problems. Literally, everyone's going through their problems. Look at Man City. I mean, obviously, just to briefly touch on Man City, they drew with West Ham 1-1. you're looking at them. They're not. You don't look at them as the same team that go out there and attack these teams and finish them, blow them out of the water, 3-4-0, game done, set. And you're looking at that. I watched that game. West Ham gave them a game, bro. West Ham said, cool, let's take this on. Obviously, with their 3-3 draw against Spurs, they've used that momentum to go into that City game thinking, you know what, we can do something against Man City. So anyone can get it, man. But just to go back to the Chelsea United game, I just felt like it was so boring. Like we have to be real when we have to be real, innit? It was so boring. Managers, I'm not even here to blame the players. I will actually blame the managers for just playing it safe, man. If you really want to go out and win a game, just win a game. For me, I look at that and I think Chelsea were more suited. The way Chelsea was set up, they should have taken the game to United and just try and beat Man United. That's how I feel, because Man United has at home have just been shocking. Last defeat was Tottenham 6-1. So anything's possible. And with your firepower, I just actually believe that, the way you were set up, you were going to blow us out of the water. Because defensively, once I saw Maguire back into the United side, I said, look, listen, it's going to be a long day in the office. Honestly.
Why? I think he was...
You know, Prime, you are a Maguire fanatic. Can you please explain?
He's a good defender. Look,
no,
fine.
I'm with you. He's a good defender, correct. But right now, in what's happening in his life, the form he's on, is he warranted to start? Let's be real.
Okay, you say that. He just started and he kept the clean sheet.
I hear that, bro. Prime, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me because you're playing. You're being smart. He kept a clean sheet, right? That's cool. But both teams played it safe. Had you man had gone at us the way you would usually do, or in any other game and try score, then we're gonna have a different conversation. The penalty, the chokehold he put on, who was it? Aspie, like he was moving like Khabib, right? I thought, what the hell is this guy doing? And you know what?
It's bad,
Big shout out to Khabib, happy retirement. Do you understand? One of the greatest in the UFC sport, bruv. But when I saw Maguire do that, my stomach, everything about me, I just froze and I went, we're finished. This guy's come back into the side. VAR's gonna pick it up, and
he thinks he's still back in Greece, you know.
But bro, that's exactly this. Bro, Maguire literally thought, you know what, fuck this. So when I'm seeing GBH on Aspilicueta, I'm actually starting to believe that he actually turned up against the man them in Greece. Bro, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that on the pitch. And you know what's so annoying? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100, right? The fact that the officials didn't pick that up, but they were trying to view, who was it? I think they were trying to view Rashford. I think someone must have clicked Rashford in the box, but they had the VAR review on there. It just solidified to me the fact that these officials haven't got a Scooby, bruv, because VAR is in place there. How are you reviewing what Rashford, the incident on Rashford, but you're not reviewing the GBH that occurred in the other penalty box? You can't allow that to happen, man. Like, so for me, that's a penalty. That's 1-0 Chelsea. 100%. You guys win the game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but again, I don't know, because I don't.
I know. You know what it is?
It's those if buts and maybes. But other than that, like we said, Chelsea didn't create anything.
No, they didn't. And I know you're disappointed. The fact, I'm sure you'd be disappointed with the fact that Chelsea didn't create anything. But just honestly, Prime, honestly, I'm telling you, that honestly, I was gonna punch my screen, because when I saw that, I said, what annoyed me, you come back, this guy brings him back into the team, you're doing these WWE moves on opposition players, and you nearly cost us the game, right? That is what's annoying me. The fact that he didn't allow this 3 at the back to continue, this is the excuse I'm gonna hear all week. oh yeah, Tunis AB, he's just come back from injury, so we need to ease him in. Rare tear, all this rubbish. Tunis AB played 90 minutes against PSG, so I don't want to hear all that crud. And then
Exactly. He just came back from injury and he
oh,
played 90 minutes. Do you think he can play another 90?
yeah. For me, he can. You know what? I'll be
Man,
the
big man, Beeks. I like you, you know. You say that he plays against Chelsea, he
yeah.
picks up a hamstring or something like that, and then he's out for
We move.
another
I
month.
took the risk. We move. I'll take the blame. I'll if I was the manager, I'll take the blame. I'll say blame me. But I needed.
And what if you lose?
Huh?
You lose the game
Then
and you
I'm
lose to Man
fucked.
City.
Then I'm fucked. No, but I hear you. I hear you. Do you know what it is? It's just right now. I think I'm looking at it from my agenda point of view. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me
Yeah.
take my agenda out. You're absolutely right. I get what you mean. Like, obviously, Tunis AB just, come back from injury. I understand that. But okay, what about the formation? Why do we have to revert back to 4-2-3-1? I mean, I know we kept a clean sheet. Yes, everything well, cool, whatever. But I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, bruv, like, we didn't do anything. We didn't create. We wasn't. Honestly, the way we played, I think that it was just trash from Man United. We're at home, bro. Do you understand? I'm not expecting to see the way. I'm not expecting to see the way we're playing like that at Old Trafford. No. Like the way you man set up, that's understandable. The way you played is justified. You're the team coming to our ground, trying to see if you can win this game. We're playing as if we're the away team. Like, no, I'm not trying. No, that's all rubbish, man. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. But overall, were you happy with the draw?
No, look. It's weird. How do I feel? All week I was saying we'd lose. I see the lineup. I think we'll win. We don't create anything in the game. Some players had a poor game. Look, a draw is the fair result, to be fair, and we're lucky to get away with it because United had chances, and if not for a good goalkeeping performance, then United win the game like 1 or 2-0.
Yeah, I get you. I hear you. Because you did say you thought we were going to lose and whatnot. That draw, obviously, it annoys me. Like you said, we had our chances and we just didn't take it. I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I think the one that was annoying, I think Rashford was through, but he took the shot early, and Mendy made the save with his leg, which resulted to a corner. And then obviously when Rashford whipped it in, but Mendy made the save. Thoughts on Mendy, man, because that's who I wanted to praise. I think I saw a stat. He's the first Chelsea keeper to keep back-to-back clean sheets since Petr Cech, if I'm not mistaken, in 2004. That is a crazy stat because we're in 2020.
No, in terms of making your debut.
Yeah, that's what I think that's what it was. So yeah, debut wise, you guys haven't had a lot of keepers since.
Yeah, since Cech we've had.
Yeah, that's be fair. But
Courtois,
overall, obviously, we have this stigma of black goalkeepers. For me, I mean, obviously, he does. I mean, there was a time where he passed the ball to, if I'm not mistaken, Aspilicueta.
Back past the Aspie and went out for a corner. Yeah,
right. And you're thinking, yo, bro, listen, you're not from. This ain't France, G. This is the Premier League. All right, we can't be doing that. But overall, man, I need to keep it real on this channel. I keep it 100, no matter what. Shout out to Mendy, man, because he made some top saves, man, and it just gets, I don't want him to get shadowed away, man. He needs to get the praises where praises need to be. For me, I think he had a quality game. The saves, for him to step up, for him to bench Kepa like that, because Kepa's absolutely trash. I know it's early days, but what's your thoughts on Mendy, bro?
Yeah, people know that when we bought him and everything. Look, no Chelsea fan can say, yeah, you can say you're excited because it's a goalkeeper and he replaces Kepa, but you haven't watched him play, so you can't.
Yeah.
Judgment. I did some scouting and stuff and looking at stats and highlights and whatever, and it doesn't paint the picture of a full game. But I wasn't overly positive. I saw a lot of negatives, but he's come in so far and he's looked good. So I'm trying to reserve judgment of him until the end of the season.
You're trying to.
Yeah.
You don't want to get carried away. Did you get carried away when you copped Kepa?
No, because Kepa's first season, he had a good season.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Mendy last night. Look, he had a good performance. Any performance I would expect from a professional goalkeeper. I don't think he was phenomenally world class or anything in that game because I would expect Petr Cech or Van der Sar, for example, two of our best ever goalkeepers, to perform how he performed in that game.
Of course.
In the saves when you need to. So, yeah.
And the reason why I highlighted his performance was obviously because of the keeper that you've been dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I had to give him that praise. And obviously, I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, you expect that from a keeper to be making them type of saves. Chelsea haven't had that reassurance, if you know what I'm saying.
In 2 years,
and you understand what I'm saying? So, and for him to produce what a normal keeper should be able to do, hence why I'm going to give him his credit. And you know, during a big game like this, he stepped up. So hence why I know you're trying to reserve judgment and whatnot, but I'm looking at that from another angle and I'm thinking, all right, cool, man, just give the guy his praises. Another was
don't get it twisted. He was definitely Chelsea's man of the match. Definitely.
Serious? Okay.
He was our best player. Don't get it twisted. He was definitely our best player.
No, fair play. No, I was going to ask you who's your man of the match. No, fair play. I totally understand. What about Thiago Silva, man? Even Thiago Silva, I thought
great game.
Had a brilliant game, man. I looked at that and I thought, shit, man. Like, you know, the way he read, I think the one I honestly jumped up. I thought it was a goal. Cavani. I thought, that's a goal, and he blocked it, and I went, for fuck's sake, man. The way that's when experience comes into play, man. You could see the quality there and whatnot. I thought Thiago Silva was class, man. I thought he did his thing in that game. But again, United didn't create that much chances like that. I know they had the opportunities, but you got to give credit where credit is due, and Thiago was on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? But listen, at the end of the day, fair play to Chelsea. I'm not out here to, bruv, you to get a point. I always say, to get a point in the big grounds against your rivals is always great. Even if you get a point, bruv, it's always good. You don't want to go there and get nothing, man. Getting a point is fantastic, G. So, obviously winning is better, but just to make sure that you don't, lose, cool. Say less. For United, that's trash, man. That's absolutely trash. If I could slate them even more, I will do it later on. I don't know if you're gonna jump on Usman's podcast later on today.
Usman,
yeah. So we'll be on there. I'll probably be slating him because the thing is, a lot of people are ready to back Oli, and I haven't really got the patience for that anymore. This
Why?
isn't.
Okay, so
please go on.
What is it about? Maybe it's because for Oli, I do rate him as a manager. Fine. He's not Klopp or Pep or whoever.
I'm begging you, G, don't do this to me, man. You're oh man, this is the thing. I watch you on Terence, and I think this guy one day, and now you're trying to why? Okay, why'd you rate him? Go on.
Because I understand what he's trying to do, and he's got a lot of restrictions within the club. For example, Sancho, he wanted Jack Grealish as well. He doesn't get that. You get Cavani on deadline day when he's been on a free the whole transfer window, and you bring in Van der Beek, who, fine, he's a quality player. Don't get it twisted, but would it not have been better to bring in a Jack Grealish who can not only play as a 10 or as an 8?
But he can play out wide.
So that's like...
no, bro, I hear you. Now, obviously, at Man United, there's so much going on right there where we're just a mess, man. There's no organization. Everything from top to bottom is just complete. It's complete havoc. So, obviously, like I've always said, innit, like I'm a person, I've kept it. I've always maintained what I've said. United need a DOF, right? if you can have someone structured at the top who knows about the game, who knows about football, who knows the players that we need to bring in, a bargain or whatnot, and get them for the right price, that's already that's perfect. That's number one. Bear in mind, we still got shit owners, right? Who don't want to put money into the club and whatnot. If we can have someone who can use whatever they are given, then cool. That's in itself. That's what we need. Then number two now, when a manager's asking for them players, he can go to the DOF and say, I can sort it out. Let me see what I can do. Give me alternatives. Let me see what I can work around with. Do you get me? We have a man in Ed Woodward who doesn't have the footballing knowledge. He's just great with the marketing, the finances, and all that other kind of stuff. He shouldn't be in that position to even, fulfill the role of making sure that they get these players in. That's when a DOF is always needed. So I get what you mean. Like he wanted certain players, that he wanted, that the names you've named. The problem I have with that, yeah, is that Ollie can say he wants these players, but the thing is, are you capable enough of managing these players? Because it's evident enough that now sometimes you turn up, you sometimes I'm gonna give credit to him sometimes he uses his brain and he says, "This is what I'm gonna do." Fair play. But there's times where, not times. I say 80% of the time, you become a headless chicken. You don't even know what's going on. You just move around. You sit down. You don't even move around. You sit down. You're on the iPad with Carrick as if you lot are watching porn, and you're just there, like you don't even. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like that's what really irritates me, Brian. It really irritates me. So honestly, I look at Ollie and I think you're not really a manager, man. If anything, you can be like a DOF because one thing with him, he's scouted, uh, good crop of players. I'll give him that. I'll say, do you know what? Well done, Ollie. Cool. Maybe he should be DOF. I don't know, but he shouldn't be a manager. That's my thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's different to say I want these players. The fact of the matter is, can you manage these players? That's my problem. If we have a proper manager in place, things might be a whole different, completely different. But I'm ready to wait. I'm ready to wait for when the manager comes in. I'm ready to do the long waiting game for my team to develop to become the team that they used to be. I haven't got time for. I've got time for that, but I just haven't got time for Ollie, man. That's how I've put it out there. I don't I don't rate him. I'll rather take Lampard than Ollie. I'm not even lying to you. Facts.
Yeah. I think the thing with Ollie is kind of the same thing with Lampard, where yeah, okay, they're not gonna be the guys who will
Take you to win a league.
Yeah, they're not
Right.
those top guys, but
Right.
everybody needs that foundation to be set in. And I think that's what they're both trying to do. And then in a season or two, you go and get the top guy to
Yeah.
start winning you stuff.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like I get it. We see with Lampard, yeah. I just see Lampard as the Lampard when Chelsea appointed Lampard, I just didn't understand it because Sarri had got you Europa League and he got you a top four finish. So why would you want to change that and bring in someone who is managing the championship but hasn't really proven himself on that type of level? That's what I didn't understand. And I felt like, yes, Lampard is a legend, but take legend aside, bro. I'm gonna ask you, I want you like, was you happy that Lampard came in and Sarri had gone?
A lot of the Chelsea fans didn't, or majority of the Chelsea fans, probably I should say, didn't like Sarri, wanted him gone. That was a big part of it. I actually liked Sarri. I understood what he was trying to do, and I was willing to let that betting time set in first for him to build and grow his philosophy. He's gone. We bring in Frank. It's way too early for him, but he did have a project he was clearly trying to establish at Leeds. He got the job at Chelsea because he had a project he was trying to establish, get us within 3 years and 3 seasons for us to be competing again. And he's, to be honest, he is doing that. And that is the expectations that I have of him, just to get us to at least be competing, never mind going on to win those trophies. As of he's doing that, sure, but there's these tactical errors and mistakes he's making again because he's a young manager. That if you were at I don't want to be disrespectful, but being at Derby, you're afforded that sort of time because you're young. But being at Chelsea, and I get you're a young manager, but you can't make those sort of mistakes. Same if he was at United or Liverpool or Arsenal.
Exactly.
You can't make those sort of mistakes at a big club because you don't get that sort of time.
Exactly.
But if we're giving them that time and giving them this time for the project, then I think we should all back it, because I do back it. However, it doesn't mean I can't still be critical when I see things that I don't agree with.
Facts. No, you kept it 100. You kept it 100. Yeah, I hear you. No, when you put it that way, I understand like where you're coming from in terms of you can see what he's trying to deliver and whatnot. Now, we all know how Abramovich is. I mean, we gotta be real. This is when the realness comes in, yeah. A man he allows you to spend 220 mil in one window, right? You think Abramovich is out here waiting to be just getting top four? Brother wants gold, bro. He wants them trophies.
Yeah, I agree. However, okay, we all know what Roman's like, but something I keep saying, Roman's not a dickhead. The Roman that we all know,
yeah,
it's not going to bring in an inexperienced manager like this. It makes me wonder.
Yeah,
it makes me wonder why bring in Lampard. Fine, he's a legend. Who cares?
Yeah.
Why bring him in the first place? Why not say you can have the Chelsea job in 5 seasons or so when he's proven yourself? Why bring him in right now? It makes me wonder what the situation is, because you can't just tell me it's because of the transfer ban. Because then, you give him 220 mil or so to spend on players. So it's like clearly there's a project that Roman is going to back. Until it seems like it's not going to work at all, Roman is going to back. So
I guess maybe, you know what? You're right. I guess maybe Roman doesn't want to do this thing of chopping and changing again. He wants to give. I think maybe he's found a heart, because me personally, I've always thought he never had a heart. I always used to think he's the devil in disguise. But I think he's found a heart and he's thinking, you know what? I know Lampard, obviously from, as a Chelsea player. I've seen what he's done at Derby. He's already projected to me to tell me what, what projects and what he wants to bring into the club. Maybe you're right in that sense that, Abramovich is going to give him a fair amount. But I just feel like if this season doesn't work out, let's hypothetically speaking, because I don't think that it will happen. I don't think that you guys will finish outside the top four. I think you're going to be in the top four, calm. But
top four, we need to finish third. We can't be scraping in top four with the squad that we have and the players we have. It needs to be third because we have the third best.
All right, bro.
Some could argue we have the second best squad in the league, but we need to at least finish third.
You know what? All right, cool. Now that you said that, yeah. So if he finishes fourth, is he out?
It depends on how the context is.
No, Prime. All right, cool. You've just said, yeah. You just established that top 3 is minimum, bro. Right?
Yeah, on our squad, yeah.
Right? And I know top 4 can get you Champions League, but if he got fourth place with no trophies, I believe
we'd have to seriously question. However, again, it depends on if we finish fourth, but
leveled on points or something,
goal difference like last season.
Yeah. Then it's different.
Where say it's 9 points off the leaders. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Cool. All right. I hear you. Cool. No, fair enough. But if he does finish fourth and it's like mad, like, all right, cool, maybe like 8-7 points behind third place, but he's like 15 points, 16 points from the first position or whatnot, then yeah, all right, cool. You Lampard, cool. Because for me, if this is the season where he's got to say, bro, I've got to pattern up. I've got to make sure that this shit works, man. If it don't work, I believe he's gone, bruv. I've always said that he would, Ollie will last longer than Lampard, because Lampard, there's the games that you expect to win, he would win and whatnot. Ollie, I just don't trust him, bruv. Like I said before previously, anxiety, bruv. Bipolar manager. I don't even know what to call him, bruv. He just, whether he's a manager, I don't know. But this was the battle of managers. I don't even know what type of battle you want to call it, bruv. But yeah, I just question how they move. I just question how they think, especially Ollie, man. I just think there's certain things are just so questionable. Like now, if we're talking now, we've got RB Leipzig in it during the week. What the fuck am I gonna see now? Am I gonna see Pogba in the team? Is he gonna drop Bruno? Is he gonna finally play Van der Beek? I mean, I'm not just no disrespect to RB Leipzig. They're not a PSG, but RB Leipzig are well organized. Bruv, they got a really good manager there. And the way they come out, the way they play, it's a different way. They're not dickheads, bro. They're not gonna do what PSG did and just try to take it easy and that. They're gonna come out there and make sure that they show Man United this is how the game is played. So this is what I'm thinking, brother. A lot of people are looking at that game thinking, yes, RB Leipzig. If we do the same thing as against PSG, we'll be cool. No. That's a well-oiled machine there, bruv. They're top of the league in Bundesliga for a reason. 5 games played. I think they've won 4 and drawn 1. Bro, do not take them lightly, man. And I hate, honestly, there's certain in Man United fan base, yeah. Honestly, I think a lot of them are deluded, bruv. I'm gonna keep it 100, bruv. A lot of them are deluded, bruv. And the way they speak about how it's all gonna go all right, yeah, we've got this and that, and how they're watching the games and who they've got next, bruv. In this time, it's not like that, bruv. This ain't Ferguson days, G. We need to put that in the past, bro. Honestly, we need to put that in the past. Them 30 days are over. I'm just watching the game as it is, as a fan. If we lose, yeah, I get upset. If we win, I'm happy. But I ain't got time for that, bro. Honestly. But no, Prime, like, just overall, man. Obviously, you've said your piece on Chelsea. With how this league is going, bro, it's mad that I'm going to ask you, innit? We've played, how many games have the league, teams play? What, 5 games? Isn't it?
6. United have played 5.
We played 5, you played 6. All right, cool. Obviously, with Everton top of the league, somehow. Do you think they'll be in and around the top 4, or will they, start to slip off?
Well, Everton's was they'll get into they'll be around the top 4. I think they'll finish like 5th. Yeah, because I did my predictions. I said Chelsea finished 3rd, United finished 4th, and Everton 5th.
Because right now they're getting slumped right now, so it's 2-0 to Southampton.
Yeah.
You're looking at that. It's mad because obviously I think one of my boys, he was like, look, if you take Richarlison out, if Richarlison gets injured and James gets injured, who me personally, I think James is not even 100% fit, and you take maybe like an Alan out and you replace them with the players that they've got with Tom Davis and Iwobi and Sigurdsson, this team isn't doing what they've been doing for the past 5 games. So like you said, they might be in and around the top 4, but their drop will be, I don't think they'll finish 5th, bro, because Arsenal's still about. Or you don't think Arsenal?
No, I said Arsenal finished like 7th.
Bro, you're gonna give these men a heart attack, brother. I got a few Arsenal fans that come on here and bro, you're gonna give these men a heart. Man said 7th.
Nah, I don't back it. The way Arsenal are, if you look at the stats and everything revolving around Arsenal, they still concede a lot of chances on goal.
Facts.
And they don't create enough chances for the goals that they score. And even with that, it's only Aubameyang. So if he gets an injury, he just stops scoring, which he did up until when he scored up against some Wi-Fi password in the Europa League. It's not. What are you going to do? Rely on Lacazette or Pepe? No.
You know what it is? But you know what it is? And a lot of Arsenal fans are not realizing they're playing too defensive. Like, this is not, and we got to keep it real, innit? Do you understand? Arsenal's fair play to Arteta, innit? He's come in. He knows the problem is defensively. He's tried to sort that out. However, like you said, creating chances, they focus so much defensively, like they don't even care about what's in front of them offensively, like what they can do to, and it's just quite shocking. When you watch them, I think the West Ham game, they were just about lucky to even win that one because West Ham should have really got something out of that game. You're right. I'm talking all this crud, but Man United got Arsenal next.
You'll beat
Don't do
Arsenal.
that.
You'll
Prime,
beat
don't do,
Arsenal. You'll beat Arsenal.
Prime, don't do that to me, man.
You'll beat Arsenal.
If we don't beat Arsenal, I'm coming back for you.
Cool. I'll come back on, regardless of the result. I'll come back on.
All right, man. Because Arsenal fans are ready. They're ready for me. Honestly, man. Do you know how many times I've killed Arsenal? I don't think them man like me, bro. But it is what it is. That's the game. That's football, bro. That's what we do. We love it. It's banter. It is what it is. But if you're saying they're finishing 7th, bro, Jesus Christ, man, I'm finished, bro. There's gonna be some coming. Man, them are coming for you, bro. Bro, you're moving this if you don't care. You're ready, bro.
Man, I've been saying this. I've been saying this. Even once they got in the party, he's not going to make.
But that was a quality signing, no?
No, it is cool,
Yeah.
but their team is still average.
I hit average. Right. Really?
Okay, cool. Take out Aubameyang and Tierney, and now they signed Partey. How many of their players start for Chelsea, United, Liverpool, even Manchester United? I said Manchester United.
Yeah,
Man
you said
City.
United.
How many of them start for Spurs? How many of them start for Wolves, Everton, Southampton?
Prime. Bro. Hey, man. Man said, how many of your players start for Wolves, bro? How many of your players start for bro? Arsenal?
Gabriel, cool. He's not settle with Gabriel.
I hear that.
He's a decent defender. Leno, he's not world class at all.
No, I don't. You know what? I feel like they got rid of the wrong keeper, man.
Yeah, they did.
I feel like they got rid of the wrong keeper. I think they should have kept Martinez, and because that's gonna. I feel like that's gonna backfire, but I could be wrong. But us fans gonna say he's better than De Gea. I don't mind, bro. De Gea's had 4 or 5 great seasons in the league. I don't mind. Leno could be better than him.
See, this is what Arsenal fans always do. He's better than De Gea, and yet De Gea is performing average right now. So what does that mean?
I didn't say it, G. I didn't say it. You said it, bro. I'll get into arguments with Arsenal fans. You tell me Leno is a better keeper than De Gea, and I always turn back around and I say De Gea has literally kept Man United in and around top 4 single-handedly for about 4 seasons, bruv. Facts. I said to them, I don't think Leno could do the same. And they'll turn around and say, look at the mistakes De Gea has made. And warranted, I always say humans are bound to make mistakes. There's no one that's perfect in this world, bro. So don't hit me with that. But they don't like listening, bro. They don't like. So when you've come on here, oh man, Brian, I love this, man. Hey, yo, Arsenal fans, man, they're gonna come for you. I'm just putting it out there. They're gonna probably come for you, bro. And I know I know you're ready. That smirk you've got right now is devilish. Like,
Boy, everybody knows where I am. You know my Twitter.
Bruv, you know the Twitter, G. Ladimus Prime X, bruv. Yo, listen. Obviously, we're going to talk more on the podcast later on this evening, but I feel like this was just a Chelsea United kind of therapy session, man, because obviously yesterday's game really annoyed me. And I'm glad that I got you on because I wanted someone on who sees the game differently for what it is. So now I appreciate you coming on and doing this podcast. I really appreciate it. But like I said, if Arsenal lose to Man United, I want you here, G. Regardless of the result, because I'm ready. I know they're gonna try to come for me, but I need someone to fuel me up because when we beat Arsenal, when Man United beat Arsenal, honestly, out of all the clubs in the league, I know Liverpool's our biggest rival, yeah. I grew up in London, innit, yeah. And Arsenal fans I've always had clashes with Arsenal fans. It's always been like that. That's the club I hate the most. That's the club. It's the one club. Huh?
More than Liverpool.
Liverpool make me sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've got a lot of close Liverpool fans who are Liverpool friends, friends who are Liverpool fans, should I say? And when they won the league, that Jesus is Lord. I ain't really been able to sleep properly on that, and it's still going on. But Arsenal, yeah, them man a different breed, man. You should know that, man. Chelsea, Arsenal come for Chelsea like that, you know.
Nah, look, what can Arsenal really say to me? You haven't won the league in 17 seasons. You've never won a Champions League. You can't speak to me. You can't speak to me.
Man said you can't speak to me. Arsenal fans, bro, a Chelsea fan told you can't. You can't.
Until they just won the Premier League, could never speak to me either. So you can't speak to me.
Bro, man said don't chat to me, bro.
Why are you laughing? I'm not making a joke. You can't speak to me. United are the only team that can chat to me. That's it.
It's facts, you know. It's facts. Arsenal, don't ever, bro. It is what I've got my armor. I've got armor ready for Arsenal because I know they're gonna come for me after when this gets dropped. They're all coming for me, and they're coming for you as well. So, but I know you don't care.
Come for me. What is the worst you're gonna do? Oh, it's your Premier League gold. I don't care. It's the same Premier League we all win.
Shout out to Prime, man. Shout out to Prime. I think I'm making it worse for them. It is what it is. All right, listen. Obviously, we're gonna jump on later on, but yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate you for coming on. Plug yourself, man.
Yeah, just Ladimus Prime X on Twitter. Search me there. If you want to come for me. Don't really care. I'm also on the Football Terrace as well on YouTube. So
come on, G. Come on. Well, obviously, so, yeah. Man's gonna edit this and do this thing. But yeah, bro, it's been a pleasure, man. I really enjoy this, man. Like I said, this was a therapy session. So you, man, that are upset that I didn't speak about any other game and whatnot, it is what it is. Don't worry. I'm gonna do another episode maybe during the week or something, but it is what it is. But you, man, it's been a pleasure. The Prime has been here. I've been here. It's your boy Beeks, and I'm signing out. Peace.